Folks, today on the Stoney Ridge Farm channel, we are outfitting the new Honda Rubicon, the blue Rubicon, with all sorts of awesome gear to make it farm friendly and farm ready. Let's have some fun, guys. The ultimate upgrades for your ATV for farm use and utility. Stoney Ridge Farm. Woo! Woo! Hey there, folks, it's Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to another gorgeous day here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. It's November and it's gonna be 80. That's no fun at all. Guys, today what we're gonna be doing, as you can see, our Honda Foreman 500 here is accessorized almost to the max. Today we're gonna take a newer four-wheeler that I just bought. It's a Honda Rubicon. It's a beautiful blue ATV, and we're gonna outfit it, and we're gonna show you guys the ultimate outfit for farm use, utility use for an ATV. We use UTVs and ATVs every single day on the farm. I actually ride an ATV more than I ride my car. So let's get busy and show you guys the coolest upgrades for your ATV. All right, welcome to the Mega Shop, guys. Let's go in here. We're gonna show you all the cool gear that we're gonna be installing on this ATV to make it super useful on the property, especially for moving our cows. And we do a daily move almost every single day here on the farm. So let's go in here, we'll show you the ATV, do a little walk around, and show you all the cool tools we're gonna install. Y'all hunting dogs? Get them, get them. Got a groundhog? Get that groundhog. Get him, boy. What is it? Get him, get that groundhog. What's that groundhog doing here? Get him, get him. You guys get that groundhog. Get him. That's Buddy and Lexi, and they're on the prowl for a groundhog. We'll let you know if they catch a groundhog by the end of the video, so stick around. As we walk into the shop, it's gonna be a little dark, and let there be light. So this is the Honda Rubicon that I just picked up. This is a Rubicon Foreman 520cc. We're all about some Honda equipment here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Honda's just reliable. Now, first things first, I showed this in a video not too long ago. What do you notice about the tires? Guys, post a comment. What do you notice there? I'll tell you something that I notice. They're on backwards. So this is a really nice ATV. Really a pleasure to own an ATV like this. And this is all the gear that we're gonna be installing today. So we'll go over every piece of gear real quick. So inside here we have some genuine Honda parts from Partzilla. Guys, they don't sponsor the channel, but I'm gonna tell you what, I thought that a new Rubicon seat would be outrageously expensive. I bought two of them for around 115 bucks a piece, so really happy with that. This is a rack-mounted all-purpose ATV spreader. I am not sponsored by this company. It's called Buyer's ATV Spreader. That we're gonna test out because we wanna be able to spread grass seed out ahead of the cows. These are two racks. These are from Titan. This is a rear basket rack, and that's a front basket rack. This is called the Call Haul, and it's from my friend Kenny at the company Saw Haul. And what this is designed to do is it's a magnetic mount that will hold your cell phone. And we'll show you a little bit about how it works, just like so. And then there's a little lanyard, you can hold it tight. This really holds good, and that's gonna be mounted up to the rack so we have a nice way to carry our cell phone. This is called the Bucket Haul, and we'll show you how that mounts up. This is a control system that I bought separately for our spreader, and that's a bucket, in case you don't know what a bucket looks like. And this is the mounting bracket for the saw haul. We'll show you how all that goes. Basically, your chainsaw is totally modular, just like that. Scabbard goes down in there and you can mount your chainsaw. So we'll have a capability of carrying things, mounting buckets, carrying coolers, and carrying all sorts of stuff, where right now all we'd have to do is just strap things to this rack. It's not a very versatile rack, but Honda does offer some special devices that fit in these little squares. We're not going with the Honda brand. We're going with the Josh brand. First things first, we'll go ahead and get everything unboxed, and we'll just start outfitting the ATV. If there's any details I think you should know, I will share them with you. This should be pretty simple, pretty straightforward stuff. This is a 13 mil bolt. I think we might be able to get away with just bracketing this thing on with the pre-installed brackets. That would be awesome. We gotta shorten a couple bolts real quick because they might rub the plastic and we don't wanna do that. This is a really cool Milwaukee Portaband, and this is called the Portaband Pro. I'll post a link to it down in the video description. Awesome tool for doing stuff exactly like what we're doing right here. Portaband Pro. It takes any portable bandsaw and makes it into a benchtop bandsaw. All right, back to it. You notice on the Portaband, I put the bolts on first so that in case I messed up the threads when I cut it, I could wring them off with my bolt. So smooth that out. Awesome. Now we've got it preliminarily installed by this first bracket that goes right across here. Now we've got to find which bracket matches up the most. And it comes with a multitude of brackets here. Let me show you. So you've got all sorts of bracketry for solving this problem, okay? Ideally, we'd be using these two brackets, and the way these two brackets go is they would be mounted up underneath right here. So we'll flip this over and we'll find the best position to mount these brackets underneath. Now this rack already has some holes drilled in it, so it wouldn't hurt my feelings very much if we went on and drilled down into the rack, but I'd prefer not doing that. You can see there's a hole down in the original factory rack. Again, from Partzilla, you can order brand new racks for not very expensive. Those seats again were about 115 bucks. Stick around, we'll show you how I install it. So after checking all the bracketry, the oddball rack that is on these Honda Rubicons and the newer Foremans makes it pretty difficult to mount up a universal rack. So we're gonna have to drill a little hole down in through the rack system into the factory rack. It's already got holes in it, guys, so it's not a big deal. And this ATV will stay on the farm forever, for the duration of its life. So let's go ahead and we'll punch out a couple holes and get this thing prepped and ready. Most logical spot is right here. And one more. Oh, baby, you did it. Right into the plastic. There we go, smart guy. Everything's gonna line up perfect, guys. And what we're gonna do here is put a little bit of blue Loctite on our surfaces so that we make sure we hold just a tiny bit. This is not the Loctite that stays on forever. This is the Loctite we can remove. I'm gonna push this through with a pry bar because I can't get my fingers underneath there. Don't make it so hard. got everything securely mounted, we're just gonna drop our basket into place. Awesome. Boy, that's big. That's a big old basket right there. Nice. Bam. It's on there tight. This is a lot bigger rack than the Kolpin rack, okay? What I found is I don't need as much space as the Kolpin rack provides up front. In fact, it gets in the way because it sticks out this far. It's really not the best. This seems to be the best. Now, all of this stuff is probably made in China. If I could source an American-made rack, I certainly would. And if you guys know of a company that makes an American-made ATV rack, you let me know. We've got a few accessories to get on here now. Now, the next accessory we're gonna mount up is called the saw haul. Guys, if you don't know what this is, I've got one on basically every machine on the farm. This is a chainsaw hauler scabbard mounting bracket. So I can haul my chainsaw and still keep the space inside my basket. Okay, so we're gonna mount this either on the back or on the side of the basket, however we can mount it. You can mount this virtually to any tractor, any ATV, any UTV. I've got one on my Honda, I've got one on my John Deere tractor. They're everywhere, all over the farm. And then there's a modular system we can use to hang our chainsaws up. In other words, we just pop this out, we take our chainsaw and our scabbard and we hang it up on the wall, and when we need it next time, all we have to do is clink that into place. Now I have a bucket haul that's gonna go on this. It's called a bucket haul. It hauls a bucket around, clearly. I think I'm gonna mount this to the rear. We're gonna find the most suitable place on this rack so it's out of the way and it doesn't catch on things as we drive through the forest. That's how it goes in place. We'll reinstall that in just a second. So my saw haul is gonna go right here. This is my mounting bracket. I will stick my mounting bracket in place. And that way, I know where to drill my 2 holes. There's a man's drill bit. There we go. So we've got our bracket all set in place. I know where I'm gonna have to cut these. Here's my nut that's gonna go in place right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark with a Sharpie. And we're gonna cut these guys off. Just like that. Bolts in. Here's how it works. Chainsaw in a scabbard. This comes off the wall, goes right on here, mounts right up, and now we don't have to haul our chainsaw in here. There's also a locking mechanism that you can put on here so you can lock your chainsaw to your side-by-side ATV, pickup truck, or tractor. Pretty cool. That's called saw haul. And the other option is sliding the scabbard off. This is called the bucket haul. So the bucket haul goes on, and it's gonna live on here. It'll stay on here all the time. So that hauls any bucket. Isn't that cool? Now, if I don't want it, I wanna get it out of the way, simply take my bucket out, pull this pin, and push this guy down out of the way. But for today, we always haul a bucket on our ATVs and side-by-sides. Makes for a good trash can and a good catch-all. Bucket haul, saw haul, and call haul. This is, again, the phone case that mounts up here, and all it does is stick on magnetically. It can stick on anywhere you want it. Cool. I'll post a link to these guys. They left me a coupon code down there also, so you guys want a little discount, you can find these in Tractor Supply now, I do believe. I think Rural King, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe some of your other big box stores. Pretty cool stuff. My friend Kenny came up with all this stuff. Made in America. Bucket haul. I'll show you this ATV spreader. This is the motor assembly. And just looking at all the instructions right here, pretty simple. We mount our motor assembly inside here. This is the gate that controls the flow. Very, very simple, easy to use apparatus. I'm gonna have to do a little modification to my rear rack here. I'll show you what I do to get that where it'll fit in. But first, we have to mount up our motor, and we have to run our wire through this little hole right here and install this little grommet. So as you guys can see, this ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to modify just a little bit our new rack so that it fits directly in this direction. So, without further ado, we're gonna cut our brand new rack. Only bad thing is I can't reach my adjuster from inside the ATV, so we might have to rig something up there. Got a bracket that goes in here. No? So this is the one that came with the ATV spreader, and I bought another one just in case. I don't like this one. Let's double check the other one and see if it's better. Looks better. This is the other one. All right, much better. I don't know that it'll hold up to the weather quite like this one though. We'll hang on to it. We'll have a spare. I'll zip tie all that stuff in place. That's the finished product. The only thing that I see needs improvement upon is preventing grass from getting back here. So at some point, I will attach a guard right here to keep grass from going back underneath the machine right there. Nice. Very important. That'll allow me to load this with grass seed and keep grass seed in it without it bouncing out and making a huge mess. Awesome. Super impressed. Got a couple more things to install. Next, off with the bad seat. Maybe. Come on, buddy. And you guys can see from the footage, the seat's pretty trashed. I might do something creative with that. Maybe cover it with leather. Who knows? Then we'll slide on the new seat. Bam. Just got done telling you I didn't like Kolpin brand. I don't like the rack, but I love these. These are called Rhino grips from Kolpin, ratcheting Rhino grips. We'll rip into these. We're gonna install them right here on the rear of the machine so we can haul fishing poles, rifle, whatever we might need to haul to the other side of the farm. I've got a couple options here. Now, if I want to carry something for hunting that goes bang bang, I would like to be able to look at my bang bang tool, my rifle, and I'd like to mount these up right here. So the rifle would be right in front of me and I could always watch it. I wouldn't have to worry about bumping the scope. This is, by the way, the call haul. However, this is kind of odd and it's kind of in the way, and I would have to drill out again, put nuts and bolts in place. The next option I found would be back here, okay? And this is a pretty safe place, and I would have to drill out into my current rack that's here. I think this is going to be a better option than what I was thinking right here, because if I have to put something in here that needs support, like a shovel or a tool that goes bang bang for hunting, then it could easily fall out right through there. It needs to be mounted upright, and I'm thinking either here, but that seems ridiculous. Just look at it. It just looks ridiculous. This does not look ridiculous, but I got to drill another hole in my rack. Again, I can order a new rack, and this is going to be a forever machine on the farm as long as it's reliable. I think I'm going to go with this option, and I believe I'm going to turn it that direction so that I don't accidentally hang this and break it. This thing is made where it rotates around, so I can turn it to the side and use it in multiple different directions. So I think that's it. I think we're gonna go with right here, and that way we can lay anything that goes bang bang right in that position. So let's get busy on that one. Bam. Next. Oh, there we go. Holy macaroni. Dude, I didn't even put a wrench on here yet. And that thing is not even finger tight. Boy, I'm glad I didn't go ride this. When you buy a used piece of equipment, guys, look it over really good. Man, that would have sucked. No good. That one was loose too. I bought this off of Village Idiot is what I did. Ugh. Yep. All right. Man, look at all them leftover parts. When you buy something that's universal mount, you'll have some leftover parts. We have an awesome setup here, guys. Let's pull it out into the sunshine so you can see what we did. We just outfitted the four-wheeler for full-on farm use. Nice. She's farm ready now, guys. Let's walk around it real quick. So again, I'll put links to all this stuff in the video description, and the folks from Saw Haul or Call Haul or Bucket Haul, those guys will give us a discount code. I'll post that down there for you too. Again, this is the 2022 Honda Foreman Rubicon, and that is the Titan rack. It's not really the best quality. It is Chinese, and I'm not getting paid to show you this. So that's it. Titan front rack, really, really stable, super stable. All I need for a front rack. The other one on this ATV is way too big. Awesome, I could put buckets and stuff in there. We've got the call haul phone mount in there. Got a little Stoney Ridge Farmer playing. I have my new seat. Now, underneath my new seat, I rolled up my electrical controls right there. And we'll just set that on there for now. We've got our Colpin Rhino grips, ratcheting Rhino grips, super handy here, and that'll make good handles for somebody who's holding on. Got a nice rack back here. Everything's mounted up for our spreader. This is really, really sturdy too. Again, this is Titan brand. This is Buyers Products ATV spreader, and that thing works great, I hope. And the cover is a deal breaker for me. It needs a cover over it. I can put grass seed in there. That's the bucket haul, and that is a fully outfitted 2022 farm rig. The only other thing I want to do is put a receiver in right down here, and I will do that very soon, but it's going to be tough to get in there and hook stuff up. I will work on a modular system where I can take this on and off, because it sure would be nice to be able to take that off when I don't need it during the summer months. Guys, awesome. Thank you so much for watching today on the Stoney Ridge Farm. We just outfitted our ATV Stoney Ridge style. So if you want to outfit your own ATV like this, again, I'll post links to all these critters. I think it looks cool, it's super functional, and it's going to be awesome for the farm. Thank you guys, take care, have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Woo! Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge, bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Saw. Who that playing in there? That's old Stoney Ridge. Just like when you were leaving Amarillo. Oh, baby, you did it. Right into the plastic. Let's be a little smarter this time, and we'll put something underneath so we don't gouge the plastic like I did in the last one. Duh. I scratch my head a little bit right here. I will crush your head. Hey buddy, what you doing down there? The video's over. Come on and get out.